Ever wondered what lies beyond a ring of luminescent mushrooms in a moonlit meadow? Dive into the enchanting tale of the Midnight Mushroom Circle, a gateway to the captivating world of the fairies. Journey alongside our brave botanist Thomas as he navigates the balance between our world and the realm of the fairies, unveiling secrets, forging connections, and becoming a part of a magical adventure. In the hushed tranquility of Marigold Meadows, a charming hamlet cradled in the lush embrace of an age-old forest, a peculiar marvel took root. As if choreographed by the unseen hand of nature, a ring of luminescent mushrooms materialized, basking under the gentle luminescence of a full moon that hung proudly in the velvety canvas of the night sky. This radiant mushroom circle, immaculate in its symmetry and hauntingly beautiful, bathed the meadow with a soft glow, casting eerie, dancing shadows. It emerged like an enchanted oasis, inspiring awe and wonder in the hearts of the humble villagers. Among the villagers, this spectral sight piqued the curiosity of one man in particular, Thomas, the local botanist. Known for his insatiable thirst for knowledge, he was a man forever in pursuit of the mysteries concealed within the emerald heart of the forest. The sight of these mushrooms was a puzzle that sang to his botanist's soul. The species was a mystery, unlike any catalogued in his vast collection of mycological texts. Their caps radiated a soft luminescence, shimmering like precious orbs in the dark corners of the night, casting an almost ethereal glow on the surrounding foliage. The mushroom's unique luminescence lent the ring an otherworldly beauty, making it a beacon in the night. This ghostly spectacle offered Thomas a challenge, a question that beckoned to be answered, and he found himself irresistibly drawn to the mystery that was the Midnight Mushroom Circle. One evening, under the watchful eye of the celestial bodies, as the moon wore a halo of radiant silver, Thomas found himself drawn to the luminescent ring of mushrooms. The moonbeams danced on the meadow, imbuing the scene with a surreal beauty, the kind of scenery that poets pen verses about and artists strive to capture on canvas. Thomas, dressed in his comfortable, well-worn cardigan that had weathered countless nights of botanical explorations, was armed with his faithful journal. The pages of this journal bore witness to his countless discoveries and ideas, filled with sketches and descriptions of flora that only a botanist's keen eye could appreciate. As he neared the mushroom circle, an extraordinary phenomenon unfolded. A shimmering thread of gossamer light, as delicate as a spider's silk, yet as vibrant as the northern lights, began to link the mushroom tips. The connection grew, a living constellation at ground level, weaving an intricate pattern against the backdrop of the velvety night. A portal had emerged, its ethereal shimmer inviting yet intimidating, a gateway to an enigmatic dimension. Pen in hand, Thomas frantically began to record this remarkable occurrence. His usually neat handwriting became hurried scrawl as he tried to capture every detail. His mind was a whirlwind of questions, ideas, and a sense of awe. The spectacle before him was extraordinary, pushing the boundaries of his scientific understanding. Alongside the thrill of discovery, there was a hint of trepidation. He was on the precipice of something truly unknown, and that knowledge filled him with both anticipation and a touch of fear. Nestled between the realms of curiosity and daring, Thomas stood before the portal, his heart thrumming a rhythm that echoed the anticipation coursing through his veins. Holding his breath, he reached out, his hand hovering in the air, drawn by the hypnotic dance of the ethereal light. As his fingers brushed the portal's edge, a pulse of energy, as soft as a lover's caress, yet as potent as a lightning strike, radiated from the mushroom ring. The sensation was uncanny, like the soft tickle of static electricity, sparking every nerve ending into alertness. It bathed him in an inviting glow, the warm luminescence enveloping him like a comforting embrace, a silent affirmation of the adventure that beckoned him. Plucking up the courage that only comes in moments of life-altering decisions, Thomas stepped into the portal. The world around him blurred, a watercolor painting caught in the rain before a rush of images flooded his senses. Like a carousel of dreams, they spun around him, glimpses of a realm that was a cascade of iridescent hues, a place untouched by the monotony of earthly colors. Vibrant foliage of radiant emeralds, sapphires, and ambers surrounded him, while creatures of myth and wonder moved amidst the shimmering flora. Unseen in his world, unheard in his tales, these beings pulsed with a magic that made the air crackle with life. Their form, their movement, their very essence were a tapestry of extraordinary intricacies that painted a realm far removed from human comprehension. Caught between awe and disbelief, Thomas found himself a visitor in this realm of iridescent wonders, a human among the unseen and the unheard. As the initial shock of the vibrant onslaught of colors subsided, Thomas's eyes began to acclimate to the intense beauty of his surroundings. He found himself standing in the heart of an exotic forest, a place that could only exist in the wildest of imaginations or the most enchanting of dreams. The forest was a masterstroke of nature's artistry, resplendent with glimmering foliage that caught the ethereal light, refracting it in a spectacle of shimmering hues. Each leaf bore a gloss of iridescence, as if they were dipped in the morning dew kissed by a rainbow. They danced gently in the mystical breeze, casting mesmerizing reflections like a silent symphony of light and color. The flowers scattered around were not to be outdone. They twinkled against the verdant backdrop like a sky full of stars, each petal aglow with an inner luminescence. The blossoms pulsed gently, their light waxing and waning in time with the rhythmic heart of the fairy realm. The air in this enchanting forest was filled with a soft, melodious harmony. It was as if the realm itself sang a lullaby that was both comforting and exhilarating. The sound was an orchestra of gentle, rustling leaves, the murmuring brooks, the soft sighs of the wind, and the subtle hum of the unseen creatures, all resonating with a rhythm that was almost hypnotic. In this strange and beautiful place, Thomas felt a profound connection to the life force around him. The forest was alive, not just with creatures and plants, but with the enchanting song of the fairy realm that hummed in the air, tickling his senses, drawing him further into the heart of this captivating world. Despite being ensnared by the enchanting beauty that wrapped itself around every nook and cranny of the realm, Thomas couldn't ignore the growing sense of unease that began to prickle at his conscience. This new realm, despite its allure, was akin to a beautifully crafted, jeweled dagger, captivating to behold yet laced with an undeniable element of danger. The forest creatures, magical in their forms and movements, served as the living embodiment of this strange balance. They watched him from their hiding places, their eyes glittering like tiny celestial bodies embedded in the darkness. Their gazes held a mixture of innocent curiosity, like that of a child watching a strange new toy, and a certain level of wariness, a primal instinct of creatures encountering an alien presence. Their eyes seemed to follow his every move, tracking him through the iridescent undergrowth. They whispered amongst themselves in a language unknown to him, their voices like the rustle of leaves against the forest's melodious tune. It was a clear reminder that despite his immersion into their world, he remained an outsider. Thomas couldn't shake off the feeling that he was an uninvited guest, a stranger who had wandered into a private gathering. This feeling of unease, mixed with the allure of the realm, created a tumult of emotions within him. Despite the apprehension, he knew he had to delve deeper into the forest, armed with his curiosity and the desire to understand this mesmerizing realm. The allure of the unknown was too powerful to resist. Venturing deeper into the heart of the fairy realm, Thomas stumbled upon a sight that would rival any earthly wonder. A sparkling brook cut through the iridescent foliage, meandering like a silver ribbon strewn across a painter's palette. The brook was lined with an array of dazzling gemstones, their facets catching the ethereal light and splintering it into a kaleidoscope of colors on the water's surface. With a botanist's instinct, Thomas knelt down to inspect these terrestrial stars, his eyes wide with awe. They were unlike any stones he'd seen before, so rich in color, so vibrant in their glow. Each one was a masterpiece, sculpted by the hands of nature and polished by the brook's gentle waters. Just as he extended a finger to touch one of these intriguing gemstones, a gasp hitched in his throat as an unexpected vision emerged from the brook. A beautiful water sprite materialized from the shimmering waters, her presence turning the brook into a theater of magic and wonder. She was a creature of exceptional beauty, with hair the color of the deepest ocean trenches, flowing around her like a cascade of liquid sapphire. It moved with the fluid grace of the sea during a moonlit night, rippling and shining under the fairy realm's soft light. Her eyes held the gleam of starlight, a pair of twin galaxies brimming with unspoken tales and age-old wisdom. The water sprite's ethereal beauty was enough to render any observer speechless, a living testament to the fairy realm's enchanting allure. Thomas found himself rooted to the spot, caught in the gaze of this mesmerizing entity, his heart thrumming with the rhythm of a realm where magic was as natural as breathing. As Nixie's words seeped into his consciousness, Thomas could feel his heart pound against his chest, matching the rhythm of the brook's gentle flow. The revelation was akin to being caught in a sudden downpour, jolting and bewildering, yet it carried the peculiar excitement of the unexpected. The twist to his adventure was as sudden as a plot shift in a riveting novel, adding an intimidating layer to his predicament. The mushroom circle was not just a portal to a magical realm, but a puzzle box that needed to be unlocked before it permitted an exit. His return to the world he knew hinged on the completion of a task for the whimsical fairy folk, a challenge that dangled over him like the sword of Damocles. However, courage and determination sparked in his eyes, just as they sparkled in the starlit gaze of the water sprite. He nodded, silently accepting the challenge thrown his way. His journey had taken a precarious turn, but he was ready to embrace this new narrative with resilience and fortitude. He realized the importance of treading with caution. Every step, every action needed careful consideration, lest he drift further into the labyrinthine world of the Fae. The fairy realm, with all its captivating allure and beguiling enchantments, had the potential to ensnare him permanently in its iridescent embrace. His scientific curiosity was now intertwined with a quest for survival and escape, adding another dimension to his extraordinary journey through the midnight mushroom circle. Nixie's lips curled into a small, appreciative smile, a silvered mirror of the rippling brook surrounding her. The acknowledgement in her gaze was a comforting balm for Thomas's rising apprehension. She then proceeded to unravel the details of the task that now lay before him, her melodious voice weaving a story as she spoke, the words flowing and ebbing like the water at her feet. His mission, it appeared, was a quest of great significance. The heart of the forest, a gemstone of immense value, not for its physical attributes, but for its magical essence, had been stolen. It was more than a mere jewel. It was the life force of the fairy realm, a vital artery that pumped magic into the veins of this iridescent world. Without the heart of the forest, the fairy realm was like a night sky without stars, slowly losing its luminescence, its magical essence gradually ebbing away. The thief was no ordinary criminal, but a mischievous goblin known for its cunning and stealth. In an audacious move, the goblin had taken refuge in the human world, exploiting the mushroom portal's charm to evade the fairy's pursuit. As Nixie outlined the details of the task, the magnitude of Thomas's mission began to dawn upon him. He was no longer just a botanist who had stumbled upon a magical portal. He was now the unlikely hero who carried the weight of a realm's survival on his shoulders. With the fairy realm's future hanging in the balance and his path back home hinging on the task, Thomas was now firmly entwined in the magic and mystery of the Midnight Mushroom Circle. As Nixie spoke, the reason for this unusual request became clear. Despite being the appointed guardian of the brook, her domain was bound to this shimmering waterway. She couldn't venture into the human world to retrieve the stolen heart of the forest. Her ethereal form, brimming with magic, would ripple the fabric of reality and alarm the inhabitants of the human realm. On the other hand, Thomas, with his human form, was the perfect candidate for this task. He could easily pass through the portal and walk among his own kind without causing any suspicion or upheaval. His presence in the human world was natural, unremarkable, and thus he could approach the goblin in stealth. To secure his return to Marigold Meadows and save the slowly dimming fairy realm, Thomas was entrusted with the monumental task of recovering the stolen heart. It was a daunting assignment, filled with unpredictable risks and a cunning adversary, yet it was a task he had no choice but to accept. Nixie's revelation placed a weight on his shoulders, yet also ignited a spark of resolve within him. He was no longer just an observer who had stumbled into a fantastic world, but a crucial player in the survival of this realm. His journey had taken a dramatic turn, morphing from a personal quest of understanding and exploration into a daring mission to save an entire world and secure his way back home. A wave of resolution swept over Thomas, his brows furrowing in determination. This journey was no longer merely about his return to the familiar cobbled streets and honey-hued sunsets of Marigold Meadows. It had transformed into a battle for the survival of an enchanting realm he had grown to appreciate, a place that, despite its inherent otherness, had woven its iridescent threads into the fabric of his existence. The fairy realm, with its shimmering brooks, twinkling flowers, and magical inhabitants, had etched itself into his heart. He was fighting now, not only for his home, but also for this captivating world and its denizens. Their fate and his were inexplicably intertwined by the mushroom portal and the stolen heart of the forest. With a solemn nod to Nixie, Thomas accepted a crystal vial from her. Its transparent walls were as clear as the brook's waters, crafted to contain the magical essence of the heart safely. With the vial clutched firmly in his hand, and resolve stealing his heart, he stepped back towards the mushroom portal. The glowing ring, once a symbol of intrigue and discovery, was now a doorway to a mission of critical importance. The luminescent mushrooms pulsed with renewed energy, their fairy magic humming a resonant tune that echoed the beat of his determined heart. As he walked through the portal, the magical ring shimmered and warped, transporting him back to Marigold Meadows, where his mission would truly begin. The instant his foot touched the verdant carpet of Marigold Meadows, Thomas began his mission. His heart pounded in rhythm with the urgency of his quest. The peaceful serenity of his home now carried an undercurrent of suspense as he set out to locate the mischievous goblin. Drawing upon his extensive knowledge of the local flora and fauna, Thomas ventured into the dense foliage, his eyes scouring the landscape for any sign of the goblin. His familiarity with the natural ecosystem of Marigold Meadows gave him a distinct advantage. He could discern the unusual from the commonplace, the aberrant from the regular. His sharp eyes soon noticed a series of unfamiliar mushrooms, their peculiar luminosity a stark contrast against the native flora. They bore an uncanny resemblance to the midnight mushroom circle, their glow a whispering testament to the magic of the fairy realm. It was an unexpected breadcrumb trail, a hint that the goblin was not far. Moreover, intermingled with the wild footprints of animals and birds, Thomas spotted an odd set of tracks. Unlike any creature he knew to inhabit the meadows, these prints had an uncanny, misshapen quality, suggesting the presence of an alien entity. They served as eerie yet compelling signs, pointing towards the goblin's hideout. His resolve fortified by these findings, Thomas continued his diligent search, his every step bringing him closer to the goblin, the stolen heart of the forest, and ultimately, the salvation of the enchanting fairy realm. After hours of relentless searching, guided by the trail of luminescent mushrooms and unusual footprints, Thomas finally made a breakthrough. His quest led him to an old, forgotten well, nestled at the village's edge, secluded from the hustle and bustle of daily life. The well, shrouded in thick ivy and lost to the passage of time, was a perfect hideout for the mischievous goblin. Peering into its shadowy depths, he finally spotted the elusive creature. Its eyes glowed with an eerie light, reflecting the same uncanny luminescence as the midnight mushrooms. Armed with nothing more than his resolve and courage, Thomas took a deep breath, steadying his nerves. His heart thumped in his chest, but it was no longer a drumbeat of fear. Instead, it echoed the pulse of the fairy realm, their existence fueling his bravery. He began to negotiate with the goblin, his voice firm yet amicable. His words wove a tapestry of reason, underpinned by a sense of urgency. He spoke of the fairy realm and its looming decay, the fading vibrance that was once as brilliant as the northern lights. He explained the importance of the heart of the forest, how it was not just a gemstone, but the life essence of an entire world, a world that was gradually succumbing to a dismal fate. Thomas appealed to the goblin's sense of understanding, his pleas echoing down the old well, intertwining with the whispers of the midnight mushrooms, the sigh of the brook, and the hum of the fairy realm. His negotiation was not just for the heart's return, but a desperate plea for the survival of an enchanting world on the brink of losing its magic. The goblin, living up to its reputation for cunning, was not easily persuaded by Thomas's heartfelt pleas. It was crafty, demanding in exchange for the heart of the forest, a rare truffle known to grow only in the deepest, darkest corners of the marigold forest. The truffle was a legendary delicacy, shrouded in local folklore and reputed for its elusive nature. For most villagers, it was nothing more than a tale spun around the fireside. But for Thomas, it was now the key to securing the heart and saving the fairy realm. With a resigned nod, he agreed to the goblin's terms. He had no other choice. His quest had taken another unexpected turn, but the stakes were too high for reluctance or hesitation. Guided by the soft silver light of the moon, Thomas embarked on another journey, this time into the heart of the marigold forest. His vast knowledge of botany became his compass, leading him through the dense, inky expanse. He navigated treacherous terrains, skirting around gnarled roots and thick underbrush, his every step a testament to his unyielding resolve. Hours turned into days as he ventured deeper into the forest. Exhaustion tugged at his limbs, but the thought of the fading fairy realm propelled him forward. His determination bore fruit when, under a canopy of ancient oaks, he finally found the rare truffle. The truffle was nestled at the base of a gnarled tree, its unique marbled surface catching the moonlight. A wave of relief washed over him. He had found the elusive truffle, bringing him one step closer to completing his mission. With a sigh of gratitude to the forest, Thomas carefully collected the truffle, his heart set on the imminent exchange with the goblin. With the elusive truffle carefully cradled in his hand, Thomas retraced his steps back to the forgotten well at the edge of Marigold Meadows. The quiet village slumbered under the moon's soft glow, oblivious to the vital exchange that was about to take place. As he approached the well, he could see the goblin's eyes gleaming from the depths, curiosity and anticipation reflecting in their uncanny light. The moment was charged with an undercurrent of suspense. Would the goblin hold true to its word, or was there another twist in this winding tale? With a steadying breath, Thomas presented the rare truffle. The goblin's eyes widened, the sight of the legendary delicacy catching it off guard. It reached out tentatively, its gnarled fingers brushing against the truffle. After a moment of examination, it let out a gruff sigh, a semblance of approval in its grating tone. Reluctantly, the goblin extended its other hand, revealing the stolen heart of the forest. The gemstone pulsated with a vibrant glow, its energy palpable even from a distance. As Thomas received the heart, he could feel a surge of energy emanating from it. The heart wasn't just a gemstone, it was the embodiment of the fairy realm's magic, a pulsating life force that held the realm's vitality in its ethereal glow. Securing the magical heart in the crystal vial Nixie had given him, Thomas felt a wave of relief. The goblin had upheld its end of the bargain, and he was one step closer to fulfilling his mission. He clutched the vial closely, its contents a beacon of hope for the fairy realm and a symbol of his impending return to his normal life. His adventure was nearing its end, but his connection to the fairy realm, to the midnight mushroom circle, and to the heart of the forest would be etched in his heart forever. With the heart of the forest safely tucked away in the crystal vial, Thomas wasted no time in making his way back to the midnight mushroom circle. The meadows under the night sky were calm, but Thomas could feel an electric charge in the air as he neared the luminescent mushroom ring. The portal shimmered in anticipation, its ethereal glow pulsating in sync with the heartbeat of the forest gemstone. As he stepped into the mushroom circle, the portal swirled with a renewed vigor. The silver light, which once seemed to wane, now danced vibrantly, fueled by the proximity of the heart of the forest. The transformation was instantaneous and magical. As if responding to an unseen call, the fairy realm's colors began to shine brighter, its magical aura growing more potent with each step Thomas took. The moment he emerged on the other side, he was met with a sight that warmed his heart. The forest creatures had gathered around the portal, their eyes reflecting the magical glow of the heart. The previous wariness had been replaced by hope and gratitude. They understood what Thomas had achieved. They knew the importance of the gemstone he carried. In their sparkling eyes, he saw the beauty of the fairy realm rekindled, the once fading colors vibrant again. The leaves shimmered with an iridescent light, the flowers bloomed brighter, and the air around him hummed with the rhythm of an invigorated realm. The heart of the forest wasn't just returning magic to the realm, it was restoring life, color, and hope to its inhabitants. With the heart in his possession and the grateful eyes of the fairy creatures upon him, Thomas felt a profound sense of accomplishment. He had not only found his way back to the fairy realm, but had also played a crucial role in preserving its magic. Now, all that remained was to return the heart of the forest to its rightful place. With the forest creature's eyes on him, Thomas made his way to the sparkling brook where Nixie resided. The crystal-clear water reflected the moonlight, casting an ethereal glow on the surroundings. As he approached, he saw Nixie emerging from the brook, her eyes twinkling with anticipation. He held out the crystal vial, revealing the pulsating heart of the forest. Nixie's face lit up at the sight of the gemstone. She reached out with delicate fingers, taking the vial and carefully lifting out the precious heart. With a swift, graceful motion, she plunged the heart into the waters of her brook. It was a sight to behold as the moment the gemstone hit the water, a brilliant light exploded from the brook. It was as if a new sun had dawned within the fairy realm. The light cascaded in all directions, bathing the entire realm in its radiant glow. The effect on the fairy realm was immediate and transformative. The flora, already vibrant, seemed to bloom brighter, each petal, leaf, and twig pulsating with a renewed life force. The air filled with a sweet melody, a harmonious symphony of the restored fairy realm, each note resonating with the joy of revival. The forest creatures broke out in a chorus of joyous cries, their songs echoing through the realm. Even the wind seemed to join in, rustling the leaves in a rhythmic dance. A profound sense of calm descended upon the realm, as if the fairy world had let out a sigh of relief. Magic flowed freely again, illuminating every corner of the realm, its pulse beating in sync with the heart of the forest. In the midst of this joyous uproar, Thomas stood by the brook, his heart filled with a sense of fulfillment. He had not only saved an enchanting world, but had also gained unforgettable memories and newfound respect for the delicate balance of nature and magic. As he watched the realm celebrate, he knew that his adventure was coming to a gratifying end. The moment of victory was marked by another magical occurrence. From the sparkling brook emerged a figure more radiant than any creature Thomas had yet seen. She was adorned with a crown of blossoms, her wings shimmering with a soft, otherworldly light. The fairy queen, with her regal grace and commanding presence, graced the gathering. She approached Thomas, her eyes filled with profound gratitude. In a voice as melodious as the wind rustling through the leaves, she thanked him for his bravery and perseverance. His actions had not only saved the fairy realm, but had also restored harmony and balance. The fairy queen then extended her hand, a soft glow enveloping it. With a gentle touch, she placed it on Thomas's forehead, and a rush of knowledge flooded his senses. He suddenly understood the laws of the mushroom circle portal, the symbols and signals of the fairy realm, and the way to navigate between the two worlds without losing his way. It was a reward far beyond his expectations, a gift that solidified his bond with the fairy realm. With newfound knowledge and the Queen's blessing, Thomas bid the realm farewell. The creatures of the fairy realm bid him adieu with a heartwarming chorus of goodbyes. As he stepped back through the mushroom circle portal, a sense of tranquility washed over him. He emerged under the familiar night sky of Marigold Meadows, the luminescent mushroom circle gently glowing behind him. A soft smile tugged at his lips as he took in the peacefulness of his village. His adventure had come to an end, yet it left him with unforgettable memories and an unbreakable connection with a world beyond his own. He knew now that he carried a part of the fairy realm within him, and with the knowledge granted by the fairy queen, he could visit it any time he desired. As he looked back at the glowing mushroom circle one last time before heading home, he knew his bond with the fairy realm was eternal. And as sleep took over, he dreamed of his next visit to the enchanting realm beyond the midnight mushroom circle. From that transformative night, Thomas became more than a mere botanist. He had evolved into a bridge between two worlds, the human realm of Marigold Meadows and the magical fairy realm hidden within the midnight mushroom circle. He was not only a guardian, but also a mediator, ensuring the harmony between these distinct worlds while preserving their unique beauty and secrets. His ability to navigate the mushroom circle portal granted him the privilege of visiting the fairy realm at his leisure, deepening his understanding and respect for the magical world. His visits were often greeted with joy by the fairy creatures, who had grown fond of this kind-hearted human who had once saved their realm. Likewise, back in Marigold Meadows, Thomas shared his tales and the wisdom he acquired from the fairy realm. He taught the villagers about the delicate balance between nature and magic, urging them to respect and protect the magic that thrived in their own backyard. He instilled in them the knowledge of the symbiotic relationship between their world and the fairy realm, fostering a sense of responsibility and admiration for the unseen magic that existed among them. His tales of the fairy realm, of the glowing midnight mushroom circle, the iridescent foliage, the musical brook, and the radiant fairy queen spread throughout Marigold Meadows. The villagers listened in awe, their hearts captivated by the magical world that existed alongside their own. The midnight mushroom circle became a revered symbol in the village, representing magic, connection, and adventure. It was no longer just a ring of luminescent mushrooms. It was a testament to the harmony between two realms, a symbol of Thomas's bravery, and a monument to friendship across worlds. Over time, the tale of Thomas and the Midnight Mushroom Circle became a beloved bedtime story, passed down from generation to generation. Even as years turned into decades, the story remained, a lasting reminder of the magical gateway hidden in the heart of Marigold Meadows and the extraordinary botanist who unveiled its mysteries. And each night, under the glow of the full moon, the Midnight Mushroom Circle would shimmer, forever marking the path to the enchanting realm of the fairies. As we draw the curtain on this magical tale, we leave behind the enchanting realm of the fairies, their radiant queen, and the wise water sprite Nixie. We bid farewell to the gentle hum of the fairy realm, the soft rustle of iridescent leaves, and the sweet melody of the brook, their echoes lingering in the silence of the night. We part from Thomas, our brave botanist, who emerged as the harmonious link between two worlds, a living testament to curiosity and bravery. As the tale of the Midnight Mushroom Circle slowly fades into the whispers of the night, a calm tranquility settles around us. Imagine the gentle glow of the luminescent mushrooms guiding you, casting a soothing light across the paths of your dreams. Visualize the twinkling fairy lights illuminating your way, flickering and dancing at the corners of your imagination, weaving dreams imbued with a dash of the fairy realm's magic. Let the tale of enchantment, courage, and unexpected twists lull you into a serene slumber. Envision the landscapes of your dreams adorned with your own version of the Midnight Mushroom Circle, each one a gateway to adventures yet untold. As you drift deeper into the realm of sleep, may the wisdom and magic of this tale nestle within your heart. May it inspire you to seek out the extraordinary in the ordinary, to discover the unseen magic that exists within your world. In the quiet rustle of the night, in the gentle murmur of the wind, you may just hear the faint echo of the fairy realm's melody, a soft reminder of the magic that lies just a dream away. And now, under the gentle glow of the moon, with stars as your nightlight, surrender to the embrace of the night. Let the cool night breeze caress you, the twinkling stars watch over you, and the rhythm of the night lull you into a peaceful slumber. So, my dear listener, it's time to bid you good night. May your dreams be filled with luminescent mushrooms, radiant fairies, and magical adventures. Sleep well, dream deeply, and remember, in the landscapes of your imagination, magic is only a dream away. Good night.